You want to vote for a dude that doesn't even know what a tariff is. He's literally sitting here saying that the Chinese are going to pay tariffs, and somehow those tariffs are going to pay for your childcare, which he doesn't support any type of government program providing childcare. So I'm not even sure how the you're going to actually get the money for that childcare, because you're going to be paying more money for the product that you buy currently at Walmart, you fucking idiots. Oh my God.
If you win in November, can you commit to prioritizing legislation to make childcare affordable? And if so, what specific piece of legislation will you advance?
Well, I would do.
Bruh, he looks like he's concentrating so hard, but I bet you there's the hamster in the wheel, like it's sleeping. Okay, that wheel ain't turning inside that head, dude. There is no electricity. It is dark inside that dome, okay? That's about as dark as houses in Florida right now. That brain is shut off. He's just staring at those people and thinking about Big Macs right now. He's just thinking about a Big Mac. He's like, ketchup and steak. Ketchup and steak.
Will you advance?
Well, I would do that, and we're sitting down. You know, I was somebody, we had Senator Marco Rubio, and my daughter Ivanka was so impactful on that issue. It's a very important issue. But I think when you talk about the kind of numbers that I'm talking about, that, because childcare is childcare. There's something, you have to have it. In this country, you have to have it. But when...
Bro, that's some Plutarch level shit right there, dude. Oh, fucking Jesus Christ, I've never heard something so amazing. Hold on, let's hear that one more time.
But I think when you talk about the kind of numbers that I'm talking about, that, because look, childcare is childcare. There's something, you have to have it in this country.
Childcare is childcare. You have to have it. Oh my God. And these are the people that are like, Kamala dodges interviews. She sounds drunk. And they're like, this guy's a genius. Childcare is childcare. Someone get that shit printed on a t-shirt. Childcare is childcare. You got to have it. Holy fuck. Steaks with ketchup or steaks with ketchup. You gotta have it. He sounds like a fucking commercial. Oh my God. I'm sorry, but you guys that support Donald Trump, I'm gonna laugh at you guys. I gotta laugh at you guys, because this shit's like, how the hell do you think this man is smart? Bro, I've seen toasters that are smarter than this motherfucker.
About the kind of numbers that I'm talking about, that, because look, childcare is childcare. There's something, you have to have it. In this country, you have to have it. But when you talk about those numbers compared to the kind of numbers that I'm talking about by taxing foreign nations at levels that they're not used to, but they'll get used to it very quickly. And it's not going to stop them from doing business with us, but they'll have a very substantial tax when they send product into our country. Those numbers are so much bigger than any numbers that we're talking about.
He's supposed to be talking about childcare, but he's talking about tariffs instead. And they just talked about the Chinese paying for the tariffs. This is how dumb this person is that you want to vote for, Trump supporters. You want to vote for a dude that doesn't even know what a tariff is. He's literally sitting here saying that the Chinese are going to pay tariffs, and somehow those tariffs are going to pay for your childcare, which he doesn't support any type of government program providing childcare. So I'm not even sure how the fuck you're going to actually get the money for that childcare, because you're going to be paying more money for the product that you buy currently from fucking Walmart, you fucking inbred idiots. Oh my God. He's talking about tariffs. This is amazing. I'm just waiting for him to talk about immigrants. Just wait until he throws immigrants up in this bitch. It's going to be great. And just go ahead, Donald. Drop a, they're eating the pets. They're eating the pets.
With us, but they'll have a very substantial tax when they send product into our country. Those numbers are so much bigger than any numbers that we're talking about, including childcare, that it's going to take care. We're going to have, I look forward to having no deficits within a fairly short period of time, coupled with the reduction.
Bro, what do you mean no deficits? This man added $8 trillion to the deficit. And before people were like, but COVID. First of all, you motherfuckers don't even believe COVID was real. So let's start there. Let's start with the fact that a bunch of you Trump supporters don't even believe COVID was real. And then when I bring up the fact that his budget was $8 trillion, you're like, yeah, but like a lot of it was COVID. If it wasn't real, then why the fuck did he put up $4 trillion into COVID? Like nothing you guys believe ever makes any goddamn sense. But forgetting the COVID, $4.5 trillion was pre-COVID. $4.5 trillion. This dude's how is he going to balance the deficit? How is he going to get rid of our $36 trillion deficit? Which, by the way, for all you dipshits out there that think China owns like a gigantic portion of our deficit, China owns about $880 billion of our deficit. That's fucking pennies when you're talking about $36 trillion. Private companies in America, Americans, owe that money. We don't owe it to China. We don't owe it to Russia. We don't owe it to the Haitian immigrants that are eating our pets. We owe it to America. Jesus fucking Christ, why are people so dumb?
Actions that I told you about on waste and fraud and all of the other things that are going on in our country, because I have to stay with childcare. I want to stay with childcare, but those numbers are small relative to the kind of economic numbers that I'm talking about, including growth, but growth also headed up by what the plan is that I just told you about. We're going to be taking in trillions of dollars, and as much as childcare is talked about.
In Donald Trump's 4 years in office, and once again, before people are like, COVID was like the last year, maybe. I'll give him the grace of saying the last year is more like the last half year. But during his time, in which he put $8 trillion on America's tab, on American taxpayers' tab, he brought in $558 billion. So everybody keeps going, well, the reason that I'm voting for Trump is because, bro, I looked at like his 4 years, and I can tell you that his 4 years, they were good years. Yeah, because of Obama's economy. Because Obama pulled America out of the Great Recession. Because Obama pulled America out of the housing crisis. Donald Trump literally played golf while Obama's economy ran hot. But forget all that. Forget all of that. Donald Trump, after giving tax breaks to his wealthy corporate oligarch buddies, brought in a whopping $500 billion. Joe Biden, who everybody cries about, who everybody talks about how bad his economy is, how things are terrible right now, through the Infrastructure Act and Inflation Reduction Act, has brought in over $1.6 trillion. You know who brings in trillions of dollars to the economy? Donald Trump. Joe Biden did. Donald Trump didn't even get $1 trillion. Not even. He barely got to $500 billion. But you know who made a lot of money while Donald Trump was in office? Rupert Murdoch. Because Rupert Murdoch got to merge, something that Donald Trump stopped CNN from doing. Because if you ain't his buddy, you don't get to do the things. You don't get to pick the pocket. You don't get to steal from the American people if you're his enemy. But if you're his friend, you can sit there and fuck him right in front of him. Donald Trump. Please.
As being expensive, it's relatively speaking not very expensive compared to the kind of numbers we'll be taking in. We're going to make this into an incredible country that can afford to take care of its people, and then we'll worry about the rest of the world. Let's help other people. But we're going to take care of our country
You better
first.
watch
This is
saying
about
that.
America first. It's about make America great again. We have to do it.